it's time for us to go ahead and get into the nitty gritty of why we are here today. So since you guys ended up matching, have you guys gone on a date?
Would you consider our leaving afterwards and going out to eat a date?
Of course. So you
Okay,
guys
yeah,
did,
then we
yeah?
went on a date.
Okay.
We went on a date. Yeah.
Not really. Y'all just hung out.
So where'd you guys go?
Sorta. So sometimes it is considered the first date right after the show, but I don't know.
Oh, how'd the date go?
They're long distance, right? If they're long distance, I guess you could.
You want to answer?
No, I'll let you go. I feel like they're
Okay.
gonna
Well, we
be
went to
more
like I
like
don't even know.
intimate
I think
instances.
it was called. I really don't know what it was called, but it was like a hookah type lounge area, very nice, upscale. It was cute. And
Okay.
like we just got to talk to each other, get to know each other. But we weren't alone. We went with another one of the match couples. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was like a double date kind of thing.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't go out on a date. Y'all went on a double date, not a date, a double date.
Okay. And how was that for you, TJ?
Well, it was interesting because I was actually gonna leave. Tiffany was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I'm about to just go back to my hotel." She's like, "No, no, 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 no." Tiffany's very outgoing.
Yes.
So like I'm like the opposite. Like I'm very
Uh-huh.
like introverted. I'm like focused on like just like the mission. The mission was to come here, get a balloon, go back home. So she was like, "No." She's
You
like,
didn't want to take your date out?
I
Your
wasn't thinking.
match?
Although I wasn't. My brain was still on them pops. If I'm being honest, my brain was still, like I was still like confused. Like that was a lot. So I was just like, I would
Yeah.
just go think about it. Go call my friends back home. Tell them what happened.
Yeah.
And so when she said no, 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 let's like go out, I did ended up being really good friends with Maul. So we was already in the back talking.
Hmm.
So I felt a little bit because as yes, she got her bloom, but I didn't know Tiffany. Like I at
Right,
least
right.
knew Maul right away. So I
Hmm.
was like, all right, cool. I go out with Maul. It made it a little bit more comfortable. And so I was like, cool. So yeah, it was cool.
Wait a minute. Hold on. She wanted to go out and hang out, and you found out that Maul was going to be there. And you was like he made it a little bit more comfortable, even if it was just like her, Maul wasn't there. He'd be like, you're kind of sketchy about it a little bit. I don't know. Is that what that means?
Okay, got
Mhm,
it. And now, so I know you said you were ready to dip right after the
mhm.
show. So when you matched with Tiffany, like, is she someone that is your type though? Because it seems like you were just
Mhm.
like, I just matched so I can get out of there, kind of thing. Is she someone that is your
Well,
type?
well, I wouldn't say I matched to get out of there. It was
Okay,
Yeah, did
it
you?
was more say like
correct me then, because that's what it sounded like. Let me hear it from you.
yeah. So like when let's just say if you were going out there
Mhm.
and you didn't get to look at anybody,
Yeah.
but yet somebody was the only one that was like, hey, you know what? I made a mistake. It was more so like I felt a genuine energy. So it
Mm,
was more than that's what I said. I didn't really get a chance to look at Tiffany when I was there. It was more like,
okay.
oh wow, like that was nice of her to actually take her balloon back to say, you know what, I made a mistake. Because that's accountability. And that's
Yeah.
like I actually look for that when I'm looking for a partner is accountability. So
Hmm.
I was like, okay, cool. Like first impressions mean a lot, but it means a lot that you double back to take your balloon back. So that's why I matched with
Right.
her.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That definitely clears things up.
Mhm.
So after the date, what happened? Did you guys communicate, FaceTime, call, text? How was the communication?
We met up the next day after that,
Okay.
and the plans were to like just chill, like go to the museum. I ended up family was in town for me, so I ended up meeting like coming to the party pretty late. But a lot of the cast members from that episode, they all went to the museum together, and the
Hmm.
plan was for me to meet him at the museum with everybody else. But
Okay.
I ended up getting caught up with my sister that came into town and my nephew, and it was his birthday, so I went to like out to eat with them. And by the time I was done, they were already done with the museum. So I met up with him
Mm.
after at his resort, and the resort was like having like free cocktail hour, people by the
Ooh.
pool. So we ended up chilling at the pool, getting the free cocktails, and Carrington came.
Okay. Okay. So again, y'all were joined again by somebody. You
Yeah.
guys.
So y'all had no one-on-one time to really talk and get to know each other. Y'all just hung around with other people. Man, y'all ain't going on date. Y'all just kicked it with friends. That's all. People from the show. Y'all didn't do nothing.
Yeah, we were, but the plan was for everybody to be together, but everybody
Yeah,
bailed,
yeah,
and
Okay.
Carrington
yeah,
was the only one that was like, "Yeah, I'm still ready to have fun."
yeah.
You know,
Got it. Okay. So how was that time
So y'all still made plans just to meet up with everybody else and not with each other?
when it was just the two of you? How was it for you, TJ?
I don't think we had a
That
time.
never that never happened.
we had a
Also,
little bit
when
of
you
time to chit chat, but nothing too deep. You
Yeah,
know,
Oh. So
yeah,
every
yeah.
time you guys have hung out, it's always been like a group thing or like there's always somebody else,
pretty
like a third
much.
I
party?
mean, there was probably a couple hours
Yeah.
here or there,
Okay.
but
Hell no.
most of the time it was probably with one or two other people.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. So then how are things now? Like after that, because I know TJ, you travel a lot. So how long were you in Arizona? Did you guys hang out again after
Mhm.
that resort
So
moment?
I was in Arizona until Monday morning.
Okay.
And I believe once I got back, she wished me a safe flight and told me that she would be going to, I believe, Cleveland, because she travels too. Like
Yeah.
Tiffany's a very, very active woman. So she goes to different states, different places for business.
Oh yeah, both y'all travel. She's a traveling dancer, right? Mm-hmm.
I like her hustle, what she does, because like sometimes people just don't like to make a living for their own. Like
Right.
she actually is very ambitious.
Mhm.
So I travel, she travels. So I would say we talk probably right after like every week. It began to slow down a little bit more because of life, and I'll let her go into what she went through and what I went through.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But I definitely think Tiffany's been a solid person. Like even just as a friend, she's been a solid person. Some people just look for love like right off the bat, but like there has to be a foundation. And so I
Okay.
think Tiffany is a very solid person in general, just a solid human. Like I think anybody would be lucky to meet Tiffany.
Oh, Tiff.
Same with
Okay.
same with TJ. He's very like understanding, and he's very like communicative. He listens
Hmm.
to people's, he listens. He's always a shoulder to lean on. So we both
Yeah.
was going through stuff. Like I got into a car accident last month,
Oh
and
no.
yeah, someone in his family was sick, and it was just then he got sick, and
Oh my
he's been traveling a
goodness.
lot, so yeah, he's
Okay.
like a really good support system. Like he's always there for like shoulder to lean on, someone to talk to. We all go through things, but he
Yeah.
hears you out, and he also expresses how he feels, and he also, says like what's going on in his life, because his life is pretty busy too, and he goes through
Yeah.
through things too, like everybody does. So I just like that we have that window to like, be comfortable enough to share our lives with each other.
All right. Well, I didn't hear about y'all. Did y'all plan? Well, they said life happened, and they talk once a week or whatever. But in those weeks, y'all never planned to hang out 1-on-1. Hey, I'm a fly here, meet me in this city, or come here. Sometimes it's a coincidence where schedules never match up, and it's just like, oh, all right, look, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this or it's gonna. Because sometimes you also hear about girls dating, guys that were not necessarily close guy friends or close homeboys, but a guy that they knew or knew of that they had some type of contact with every now and then. They might talk to or whatever. You'll hear about women and men getting in relationships where they known somebody for like 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. Oh, I known him for like 6 years. I just never considered talking to him. He's a basketball coach or something like that, or whatever. Maybe this can be one of those type of things where later on, years down the line, they might talk and get serious. Who knows? But right now, if y'all ain't planning nothing and life just happens and it's been weeks and weeks on end, for him, I'm not a girl, but I would suggest for him to just chill, do what you're doing, remain cool with her or whatever, and don't even look to her to date at all. Don't even look at her for dating or nothing else. Just look in your vicinity, focus on you. Whoever comes into your life is gonna come, but if nothing was initiated, that's the thing I really need to know in order to really finish saying what I'm saying. Because who initiated what to like follow up and have a one-on-one, her or him? Like, did y'all even do that?
Okay. So it sounds like you guys have been in like constant communication, but has it been like building? Do you feel like you're
Something.
working towards like a romantic thing, or you guys are
It's
more
like a
keeping it
friendship
like on a
or
friendship level?
I'm open to whatever. I don't have
Okay.
any expectations on our, relationship. I feel like if it's gonna blossom towards something, it will. But
Okay.
he's very much a catch. So I'm open to
Oh,
it.
TJ.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think me and Tiffany have been on one accord with where we are. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have people that are very forceful with things, and like I think her being so outgoing, what's caught me off guard is how accepting she is of my situation and her situation. So like she said, she'll be like, "Hey, if you're in Arizona, let's go another day. If I'm in North Carolina, let's go another day." So it's not like a push and shove match. You know what I mean? Like we understand
Okay.
that like we're very busy, but like she said, both of us are catches. Both of us understands that in life things happen for a favor. Sometimes we're in the same place. Sometimes we're not in the same place. But I just think a lot of times things people close books and they open books. But I think this is not that situation where you can say either or.
Okay. So the
Hmm.
door is open for both of
Hmm.
you,
Absolutely.
but ain't nobody
Okay.
entering yet.
Yeah, nobody doing nothing.
It's
Y'all ain't doing, man, kill this.
just like
Y'all
it
ain't
has to be the
entering
right place,
either
right
door.
time. Honestly, like we travel a lot, so I feel like if we're running into each other, it's destiny, it's fate. You know, the word.
If we run into each other, look at his face, like, huh? Like y'all ain't organizing nothing. Y'all ain't even saying, hey, it's been weeks on end, right? Like they said, right? Hey, next week such and such, or the week after next such and such, or next month. I don't know. Like y'all ain't doing nothing. If we run into each other, if somebody says when we run into each other, it's destiny is fate. Just call it quits. Just leave it alone. Fam, all right. So now she said what she said. Hey, leave us alone. Just keep it cool. Say somebody that you cool with, that you have some. If y'all run into each other, oh hey, what's going on? You know her. You're not gonna act like strangers or nothing like that. Yeah, just leave her right where she is. Don't worry about this. Just push on. Don't look to her for no relationship, nothing, right? Don't even think about it. Just let that go, and it's gonna do whatever it's gonna do.
The
Okay.
universe will put us where we need to be to start that. You know.
Okay. So would you guys say you're too busy to date? Because that's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, that's what it
I
Like,
just
sounds
feel
like.
like the way our lives is set up right now, we both travel a
Yeah.
lot. So
uh-huh.
It's even more than travel too, Arlette. It's like so like sometimes like you're traveling, but sometimes you're in that mode where like things are working for you personally that you didn't
Okay.
think would work for you at that time. So
Mm-hmm.
like she's had many accomplishments since we left. I had many accomplishments. So like sometimes like you want love, but you also understand like, hey man, right now is the moment where like
yeah,
things I work for are really clicking.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And so we've been celebratory of each other and like thanking each other. And that in itself is like bonding, you know?
Mm.
Right now, I'm pretty much focused on my end goal. You know, as
Okay.
everybody know, I'm an exotic dancer. You can't do this forever. So I've been trying to put things into place so I can exit that, so I can be a wife, so I could be, a girlfriend, so I could be, a partner. So I
Mm.
wouldn't say I'm really actively dating. I'm focusing on like making sure I get out of a situation that I'm in to focus on
Mm-hmm.
the partner that I could potentially have.
Okay. TJ.
So when I left the show, Tiffany was the one person who I doubted that this would be true for. She was like, you're about to get a whole bunch of DMs. She was like, you're about to get like a bunch of DMs. I was like, no, I'm not. Everybody popped on me. Nobody likes me. And then she's like, no, TJ, you're like a catch. Trust me. Like I know why I took my balloon back. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I got home flooded. Like absolutely
Wow.
flooded.
Look in them DMs. Don't look to her no more. I mean, you cool with her. You be cool with some exotic dancers. I'm cool with a few exotic dancers. They cool as hell. But as far as this pop the balloon situation, don't look to her for nothing. She up here. I hear a few things. I hear a certain things that she ain't really.
That being said, I've not been on a date with anybody in my DMs. I
Okay.
appreciate the comments.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've been on like my books right here. I've
Yeah.
been
DMs are sketchy too. They got sketchy people in there.
steady traveling, steady, so I haven't really had a chance to even look at anybody else. Well, so that's what the show was for. That's why me and Tiffany went on the show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like we said, we're both very focused individuals and love will find us but we're just gonna find us in our own way, like in what we're doing and our purpose in life.
And I feel like
Okay.
our friendship, the way our friendship is like set up, we're always going to be in each other's lives.
For
Like
sure.
very
For sure.
supportive. I'm very supportive. We both believe in each other's dreams, and that's why
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like I'm very open to the door. Like if it blossom, it's gonna blossom because we're setting the foundation for that.
Okay.
We're setting the foundation for something to blossom in the future, as in it sounds like she's holding him or hoping to hold him Like right there, she gonna do what she gonna do in the background or whatever, and then she gonna think that he gonna stay right there and be ready for her in the future.
Just because I know in the comments this is going to come up.
Mhm.
I know people are going to be like, well, why did you guys come on the show if you're so
Mhm.
busy doing your own thing?
Yeah, and you don't even have time. That's another thing that I mention a lot. So when somebody comes on the show and they have own businesses and have multiple jobs and are getting all this money or whatever, you always have to think, like, do you even have time to date? Like, even if you're financially stable, like, when would you have time to, set some time aside to put some energy towards a relationship, energy and time? You know what I mean? So,
Like, it doesn't
Mhm.
sound like finding a relationship is your top priority right now. So I'm guessing now, like, why did you guys apply for the show if it's not something that you're so ready to dive into?
yeah, that makes me think, like, y'all not putting on the effort at all. So, is she kind of rejecting the fact that, or whatever, and he's going along with it, trying to make himself not making himself look better, but kind of easing the blow for himself, like, yeah, we're both doing things, yeah. So you're just going along with it, my guy. Is that what it is? Maybe you don't have to lie.
You want?
I'll let her answer first, and then you want me to go
Okay.
first again?
I can go. I would
Okay.
say that it is a priority for me, and I felt like when I like, there's people that come back into your
Is it because it's long distance? Just say that. If it's because it's long distance, just say
life
that. Or you just really don't like them.
5 years later at the right time. I feel like I could meet somebody that I connect with there, and who knows
Mhm.
if it like sparks there or if it sparks up 2 years from now. Either way, I found somebody in an unorthodox way because the regular way is not working for me.
Okay.
hmm I would say for me, I came on the show strictly because like my friends were like, "Hey man, you need a woman." Right? Because like
Uh-huh.
I'm very that's like, "Hey man, you're working all the time. Like you don't go out, you don't hang out. So like
Mhm.
when else are you gonna find a woman?" So that's the answer why I truly went on. I actively was not pursuing. My friends looked at my life and said, "Hey man, go. We're signing you up right now."
Okay.
I'm very glad I did go because it made me feel like, like I probably could use some assistance here or there, like in the love life. I probably could use somebody to talk to on
I mean, you got a stripper friend, so maybe you could use that in whatever positive aspect you can.
occasion.
Mhm.
Because being a children's author, you see a lot of lovely families out here that are complete, that do have kids that I'm giving books to, and like their kids are laughing with their parents. So you get to see like another side of like what I could have in the future. So I definitely am open to love. I'm definitely was looking for love. And I think it's a lot of people out here that should go on the show for that reason because there are a lot of hard workers out here. Like you are a hard worker, BM's a hard worker. So like
Thank you.
sometimes you get so in your work that
Mhm.
you're not even paying attention. So
Okay.
this was an eye opener too that I do need to respect that lane. It is another part of me.
It also
Okay.
gave me like a way to meet people outside of what I do because I'm in the nightlife. So you're exposed to the same dating pool. So I really
Mhm.
wanted a broader, dating category than what I'm used to, what I'm exposed to.
Okay. Yeah, and speaking of your professions, they're
Mhm.
like on two different ends of the spectrum.
I got a
So
lot of questions
how
about that.
is that
Yeah.
like I feel
Yeah.
like for TJ, I know probably
Yeah.
you've got a lot of messages and there's been a lot of
Yeah.
comments about it. Like, how is this going to work between them? Like, is that something that you feel
It's
is
not gonna work.
also blocking
Yeah.
you guys?
For my part, my only person that asked me in my family about it, I think one of my cousins or somebody was like, "Hey, did you know she was a exotic dancer?" And I was like,
Mm.
"I didn't know actually." And we talked about it. Like we talked at the same time when she said it.
Yeah,
Like when
I
she said
figured.
dancer, I dated a lot of dancers, but then like when she
Uh-huh.
said exotic
Yeah.
dancer, I was like
Yeah.
talking. So
Oh, you didn't hear her when she said that. Damn, we did. And when she said exotic, I said, okay, well, she told him. And I guess, that really, you know, that solidifies it. He's dated exotic dancers before. He's saying he ain't hear it. God damn.
I didn't
Uh,
hear, but after the show when she said that, I was already getting to know her like beyond the exotic dancer.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So if I would have heard that, I'm not gonna lie, maybe I would have popped. Maybe.
Mm,
Because like
Oh.
I had a stigma. I didn't really
right.
understand like I didn't really look beyond that label, you know?
That changes how I'm looking at this whole video. So maybe he is backing up too, like, yeah, we are cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Whew. Like, yeah, I didn't want to date your ass. You exotic dancer. All right, never mind. I take back some of the things I said earlier on.
So I'm actually glad I didn't hear it because I wouldn't even got to know her. You know what I mean? As a friend, as a genuine human being. Like I said, Tiffany doesn't want to be in that life forever. Nobody does, really, unless you really like it.
But we kind of got to take it with a grain of salt because maybe he's saying that now. Maybe he was willing to date an exotic dancer, but we ain't gonna never really know.
That. So I think it was a curse and a blessing that I was able to not hear it.
Okay. And then Tiffini.
Because in the beginning, he actually kind of said, hey, it's the mentality of people. Like, I came out here and you kind of thinking like, oh, it's the mentality of, oh, I'm going to take what I can get. She's the last one standing. She's the only one who took her balloon back. Oh, God. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like the professions are something that's possibly blocking the two of you from like really exploring this more?
Well, me alone, it's always been an issue in my dating life. So that's why I went on the show. But I did think that's like, I was nervous saying it. I thought he heard it, but I was nervous saying it, so it was a little low. I was like, excited dancer. Because when
I
he
was
said
literally like arguing with
I was
people.
like, but I was like,
I was arguing with people because I was like, she didn't say that.
I'm gonna take a chance to get my balloon back, and if he pops on me, he pops on me. But at least I know that I'll leave this situation knowing that I didn't leave with no regrets.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Okay. I really did not like when people was like, she said that. I was listening. I'm like, I don't hear it. Like, how did they hear that? I was right in front of her and didn't hear it.
Yeah, you heard dancer, and he's like, oh, I date a lot of dancers. Did you think he was talking about exotic dancers as well when he said that too?
I did, but I didn't realize how low.
Because I thought that as well too, and I was like, oh, okay.
Very low saying it. I said it very low. I was nervous saying it because it has been an issue in my past.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
I will say this because I know comments can be very mean. Like, before meeting Tiffany and going on a date with her, and of course we haven't been on serious dates or anything like that, but just knowing her as a human, as a friend, a stripper's just a job. You know what I mean? Like, it really is just a job. You're just making money. And if you do have a stigma towards strippers, you probably should get to know them. Like, get to ask them, see what their priorities are, because everybody's different.
I mean, he's right. It's not wrong to have a stigma towards people, women showing their bodies and dancing in the club and, whatever else, because there's a whole thing with, if that's your doing, is showing other men this, like just last week you was doing this, everybody already seen you. It's that whole thing, right? You're right to have that. Like, it's okay. Like, some women have that about male dancers too. I don't want to date no male stripper. I don't want to date no female stripper. Like, I think that's fine. But even when talking to strippers and things like that, like he was just saying, and getting to know them or whatever, I knew some girls that were like, I knew them before they were even dancing. And then some girls I knew after they were dancers already. Like, I became cool with them outside. Or some girls I was cool with that were already dancing. I just didn't know they danced. And I still didn't really care when I found out I wasn't dating them or anything like that. But at the same time, you'll find out that dancers in that nightlife, a lot of them act dramatically like different than the next one. Some of them are in school for like getting their masters, and some aren't. Some are just like literally going back to the hood and selling drugs the next day. Some of them, they work in the same club and they be acting dramatically, completely different personalities.
Definitely, everybody is different. I met dentist assistants that are dancers. I met women that are in the police academy that are dancers. I met women that are married that are dancers. So
there was one in New York that went viral. That was a police officer, I think. Wasn't she? She was a police officer. She was like some Spanish lady or something. I don't know if she was Puerto Rican or Dominican. She was one of them too. But she was, I think she was, yeah, she was in New York. She went viral because like some video came out where a rapper put the girl in a video, and everybody was like, oh, that's Officer such and such. I forgot her name.
Everyone is very different.
I had students that were dancers. Like I teach college.
Okay, I was about to say, hold on. What do you teach?
No, he's a professor
in my class.
In college.
Okay, in college. Okay.
People dance through college. I was in college a couple of times.
But y'all niggas still ain't go out on a date, and she ain't initiate nothing. She like, yeah, we just, supposed to be friends. And you giving off the impression you don't even want to be with this dude. So
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, just to kind of wrap this up, obviously you guys are still getting to know each other. The door is open for both of you, like you said. I do hope it blossoms into something and you both make time for each other. But, you know, like you guys said, no pressure.
I don't see
You
it.
guys are still getting to know each other. Now, any upcoming projects?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't see it. If something happens in the future, don't know. But right now, I don't see nothing. And this was filmed a while ago, so nothing might have happened. I'm not looking on their Instagrams or nothing. They're probably in both completely different relationships. If they're together, I don't know. I don't know if they appear in the future episode or future catch up or something like that, or some rumors or whatever came out. Don't know. Plus, she's an exotic dancer. I really don't think he wants to date an exotic dancer. But like I said earlier, I'm not sure if he was really playing the part to go along with what she's. Maybe he would have dated her. I'm not sure. But now he's saying that, oh, she was a dancer, I probably would have popped. Da da da. Going off of what she said, and it's just like, oh damn, she really ain't fucking with me. You know, if the destiny would bring us back together, you know, it would happen. No, that's usually another thing, another way of saying I don't want to be with this dude, but he is cool, and maybe in the future, if he does get rich and make it and get that house on the lake, then I can hit him back up, and hopefully he's available for me. That's what it sounds like.